So we're going to introduce the swarm into this Kenyan hive, and it's a pretty big swarm. Cam caught it, my mate Cam caught it this morning. This is his hive. We've got 2 follower boards in a Kenyan hive, so 2 false walls. So we've got one here and one over here. So we're working in between these 2 follower boards right now. So we've put 2, 4, 6, about 12 top bars in this between the 2 follower boards. Taken 6 out, and I'm going to open this box up. I'm going to pour the bees into this cavity. They'll run in under here. We've also put in a piece of old honeycomb, empty, and that'll give them a sense of smell, sense of home. So we put that up there. We'll pull that out in a few days. We don't leave it in there for too long. Just to keep them there, because this is a new hive. It's never been used by bees before. Gives them some sort of security. Just slowly introduce them. Some will fly around, of course. Geez, there's a lot of bees in here, Cam. It's a huge swarm. Awesome. It's a primary swarm. Come out of a hive not far from here, a few k's away. So what I'm doing, I'm just tipping them out, trying to get them all in there. Geez, there's a lot of bees in there. Still a lot to come. Woohoo! Exciting. Wow. Can't believe how many bees there are, Cam. I might move some of these out of the way. That honeycomb, see how they're all running on it? Have a look at that, Cam. They're just going on it because that's what's familiar for them. Okay, this is what's stopping it coming out. Big branch. Ah, big branch. Have a look at this. Bees everywhere. So literally what we do with that is just quick shake down, like so. Try to get all the bees off there. And then we'll put it down on the ground underneath the hive. They'll be able to smell the pheromone up here and fly back up into their new home. A lot of people ask, how come you're not wearing a bee suit? Or, I mean, I'm pretty experienced and I don't... Look, bees, when they're in a swarm, they're not protecting anything. They're not protecting their home. They're not protecting baby bees, not protecting their food. They're pretty docile. They're a young organism, a brand new organism. So most of the time, not always, you generally don't get stung, but every now and then you do. So something that you've got to consider if you're new at it. I recommend, wearing a bee suit. But if you're experienced, then you make your own decision there. So I'm going to give that a bit of a bash. So many bees, they just don't end. Okay, so we got the majority of bees out. Give it another quick bash. Put the box underneath the hive like that, open, and whatever bees are in there can make their way up here. Now we've got to just close this up. So without crushing bees, we're moving them out of the way and scissoring these top bars down without cutting bees in half. It's really important, because if we start caring for these bees by non-caring, by killing them and crushing them, what's that telling them about us? So it's really important to start by treating them right, respectfully. Well, I can tell you from experience that these bees remember, they have a brilliant memory. And if you treat them bad, they remember that. And they treat you just as equal. Then I'm going to scissor this one down. And push these bees down into the hive. And then slowly, just wiggle this. By wiggling it, I'm touching the bees and bumping them. And as you bump a bee, they move out of the way. So we're going to bump and bump and bump. And then move. They all moved. There it is, closed. No squashed bees. I didn't squash one bee. Oh, here's one. That might have happened when I was tipping the box out or something. But I didn't hear any crushing bee sounds. It's terrible when you crush a bee, you can really hear it. They're all in there, they're happy. So they're going back to, these are all the field bees that were flying in. They're going back to their home where they were before. And here we can see these girls here got their bums in the air. You can see them with their bums in the air. They're putting out a pheromone that's attracting these other bees into this cavity. They're basically saying, hey, here I am. This is home. You know, come here, come here. And hopefully all these bees here will start to find that space too. Just a quick check that the queen's not here. No. Sometimes the queen might have fallen out and they'll cluster up around her. So I'm just having a look. It doesn't look like they're clustering. They're just trying to find their home. That's it. Thanks. Awesome. Long live the swarm.